It's hot out here. Where's this bus?
Toni, it's not that serious. The bus is wherever it is. It'll be here soon.
Not that serious. I didn't spend 20 years in Florida. I'm not used to this heat.
What you trying to say? I lived outside when I was in Florida or something? It's hot to me too.
Okay.
You know, it looks like we right back where we started, huh, Toni?
I wouldn't say that. There's been progress.
I can't damn.
I'm serious.
Well, I know I'm tired of switching, and I hope this is the last time doing the intros, because I ain't got money like this.
And I'm tired of this heat, and where's this bus?
Toni, are you even listening to me? You getting paid, you got a contract. I'm talking to you, you ain't even hearing nothing I'm saying.
I'm not going anywhere. But I would be going somewhere if this bus would show up.
You know what? I can't do it. You know what? Let's go, Toni. Let's just walk. You complain about it's hot, damn it. You making it hot. Come on, let's go.
It's hot.
You complaining too much.
Well, it's hot.
Yeah, I know it's hot. What do you want? What do you want? You got ice cubes in here or something? Come on. Can't even read my magazine.
They always forget me. Always forget me. Every time. Never fails.
We're gonna start arguing before the pod starts.
All right, no,
right?
I'm gonna be cool because it makes it hard. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Episode number 38, guys. It's episode number 38, the Perfectly Incomplete Podcast. I'm in the building. I'm your host, and I'm Imogene. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
How can you do that?
And I got next to me here, I got my co-host. Her name is Toni. What's up, TT?
How you do?
TT.
And we're not going to forget about Alex over there in the corner. What's up, Alley Cat?
What's up, man? You've been doing really good with Not Forget Me, so I just want to say I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
How's everybody doing?
I'm all right.
Confused.
Why?
Because I don't get it.
Why?
You don't get how she goes from, yeah, she's good, man. She's good. She's an entertainer. She ain't new to this podcast stuff. She's new to this, man.
That's why I'm sitting here looking at you like,
Well, we come
trying to observe.
We come to pod, right?
Fair.
Yeah.
And we're come to have conversations. So I'm all about the conversation, and the energy is good, which I'm tired fur. Y'all don't know what tired fur is, huh?
No.
We used to say that like back in the 80s when I was in the military.
Are you dating yourself?
No, I don't date. I'm in committed relationships if I ever have.
No, never mind. Wow.
But anyway, everybody good? It's the weekend. Y'all good?
Yes.
It's not my weekend because I got to work tomorrow.
You
but,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. So let me pose this to y'all right now. Just put it out here.
Mm-hmm.
If I told y'all today, I don't know your status, but if I'm telling you, if you don't get the COVID-19 vaccine since the FDA has finally approved the Pfizer. BioNTech. What is it?
It's Pfizer BioNTech.
Yeah, I be saying, how do you say that? But if y'all don't get that, you're fired.
That's ridiculous. I guess I'll be fired.
What about you?
I don't know how they could do that, but pretty much the same as Toni. That's ridiculous.
Okay,
That's
and
fine.
I just throw that in instead of just
It's illogical.
yeah, but instead of just saying this is what we're talking about, that's the nature of the conversation. There is a mandate for individuals to take the vaccine across the nation. Yeah, for the COVID-19 virus in light of the Delta variant. There are mandates, there's legislation going, there's a lot of stuff. So there's a lot that we can unpack in this. And I guess let's start the conversation by saying whether we agree or not. And let's just give our reasoning. And as we get into the conversation, maybe we'll just unpack and unfold some truths, some facts, some perspectives. How about that?
Sure.
Fair.
You can go first, Toni.
Okay, cool. Because I was going to say, do you want me to go first or do you want to go?
Nah, you got it.
All right. So personally, I think that it's an unethical situation. Only because it's a virus. It's something that we're not familiar with. There's not any literature of how it's going to affect the human body. A lot of vaccinations that have been given, and that's always everybody's like biggest things like, oh, you get vaccines as a kid. These are viruses that have been around for quite some time, like some of them over 100 years. We were completely aware of them. We know how they work. We know how they affect the body. COVID's different. This thing just came about 2 years ago. And we're still learning about it. And you're like putting out these vaccinations and then you're forcing people to get vaccinations. What if they don't work? What if they affect a certain person of a certain age? How do they affect a certain person? How do they affect women in childbearing years? Do we know that? Do we know how every single how every single person within a specific demographic is going to react to it? Long have you guys been testing this? How long? It's a lot for me. Personally,
Okay.
I don't think that it's fair. And then on top of that, you're not really giving people an option. You're not giving a person an option to be like, you know what, it's kind of like you're policing somebody's body in a sense.
Okay, so if I can just capture that for the sake of everybody, we're following you. What you're saying in essence, there's not enough data or clinical trials have been
Correct.
done to see what the long-term effects from having this
Correct.
inoculation is going to be, correct? And you say it's unethical.
To me, yes.
Okay. Valid. Any other things?
There's a lot, but I'm gonna wait until
Okay.
it like all unpacks.
Alejandro? And you can,
I think it's illogical because before there was a vaccine, people were allowed to go to work. They just had to wear masks. So now that you're saying that there's a vaccine, you're not allowed to come back to work when you allowed people to be at work prior to there being a vaccine. That's dumb, number one. That I just don't understand the logic in that. And then number two, that's like, how can I say, Tony, you can't come to work because you have HIV? Tony, you can't come to work because you got cancer. Tony, you can't come to work because you have herpes. You got to go home. I can't do
Okay.
that.
And let me address, and we can go on. Let me just clarify, because let me just chime in. Personally, I'm going to put it out here. I don't agree with the mandate to make individual private citizens take this vaccine. But being that I'm a veteran of the United States Army, I do believe that members that are in the role of public servants, like police officers or healthcare workers, they're not quasi-military, more so for the police. But I do believe certain groups of public servants should take them. And I will elaborate further. But to address what you said, I forget when you said basically it's unethical. I agree. On a personal level, I'll just put it like this. And I believe in God. And God, as I understand, gives us the choice to make a choice whether we want to believe in him or believe in the faith like that. And so if the supreme being gives us a choice for a man to give us a mandate, that's really problematic. So I'll say that. And as far as you say, how can they make you? Well, I got to tell you, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or the EEOC, has said it is lawful that workers can mandate their employees to take the vaccine, with the exception of those where it would cause medical problems or for religious beliefs. But there are some states that's working on that as well.
Really?
Yeah.
To like fill in that gap area?
To just take away, I don't know what state it is with the governor or whatever. He's trying to make null and void. No, this was in California, some bill that came out 2016, and I don't have all the facts, so I don't want to go there. But
Not
there is
progressive
buzz that there's
California.
some states that's trying to even say, who cares what your faith is? That's not a good enough exemption.
So you mean to tell me that? So basically, what you said was, employers are allowed to mandate their employees to be vaccinated or to get the vaccine unless it causes further medical issues with that employee, right?
If someone has a medical condition
Right.
and have taken the
Pre-existing.
vaccine,
Right.
not even pre-existing,
Oh, really?
it could be just the way. Yeah, I guess that's the way you
Like
could
if
say
you're,
it.
yeah, because like before you have the vaccine, you have this going on. Thus,
that
if
means-
you get the vaccine, it could worsen said
So
condition.
that means
yeah,
that if
okay.
I'm applying to Speedway, I have to literally give you my entire medical records just to prove to you that I have something going on with my body before you can allow me to work there.
No.
How does that work?
Stop. No, you're right. No, but you're wrong. No. And I don't want to say wrong, because under the EEOC saying it's legal,
hmm
and let's just put it out here like this. The CDC, since they've approved the Pfizer,
Yeah.
before they authorized them for emergency use. They gave emergency use authorization. Now it's approved. So that's where things have changed. Because it's approved, supposedly they've done the risk benefit analysis, and the benefits are greater than the risk, because this is how medicine works. So since it's been approved, now in the case of public safety,
Mm.
employers can mandate it. And this is what the EEOC has said, except for the exemptions that I've given you.
Yeah.
For the medical or religious stuff. So that's where we are. So it can be, and these are the options. I don't want to give it all to y'all. I just want to hear, let's just nibble at it little by little, because it's a lot to
I'm not mad
ingest.
though. I'm gonna tell you why.
What?
I'm gonna tell you why I'm not mad. Because the government, sometimes we're so stupid and we're so dumb.
Wait, hold up. We're not stupid and we're not dumb.
The
Our
government.
behaviors may be
The
stupid.
government.
Oh, the government. Yeah, they
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, my
They're so
bad.
stupid
My
and so
bad.
I've watched for the betterment of a year or more employers complain about people not wanting to come back to work and be in desperate need of people to apply because unemployment was a thing. People was like, I'm not coming back to work. I'm staying home. Right.
Mhm.
So you had employers lowering their standards. And I know from personal experience, like literally lowering their standards to say, please come work for us. Right.
Facts.
It's kind of like, it reminds me of when OnlyFans was like, they're gonna ban sexually explicit content. You know, it's the same concept, shooting yourself in the foot. It's like, fam, it will get to the point where, and I think that people are starting to realize the fact that the employer needs us just as much as we need the employer.
Mm-hmm.
We are the reason that you survive.
I beg to differ. What's your take
Oh,
on what he just said?
okay,
I'm
let's
about
hear
to
it.
hit you with some real facts.
Let's
Okay.
talk about it.
Well, I can only speak from my personal experience. I agree. During the pandemic, I have seen an employer lower their standards just to have bodies in the building. So I've seen it. And, I've also seen where I don't know, my job's a little bit different. They don't like to fire nobody. They rather just keep you on for the sake of it, just until you're ready to leave.
Mhm.
But yeah, I have seen it where people have said, like, straight back, I'm not going back to work.
Okay.
Not because there's like a genuine fear of, things going on with COVID. It was more so, I don't want to go back to work because I don't want to have to do all of this extra stuff because of COVID. For some people, it was a genuine fear of, like, I don't want to touch anybody. I don't want to deal with anybody. I don't want to be around a massive group of people because we don't know how this stuff is transmitted. But there were some people that was just like, oh, you don't want to do this? I can make more money on unemployment.
And let me interject here, because the whole world, we're in a capitalistic society, and that's the point of reference from which I'm going to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And what has changed, there were a lot of people, and I don't blame them. Why would you go to work when you can sit home and be safe and collect unemployment? But the federal supplemental unemployment ends September
6th. Sorry. I was excited. I'm sorry.
Y'all see what she just did?
I'm listening
Okay,
to you.
but it ends, right? You know, the concept of supply and demand. Remember
Yeah.
when you were saying during it, they were desperate for people. But I think the number is 2.6 million people as of next week are going to be added to the unemployment roster. So that's going to be 2.6 million people that are not getting those federal supplemental benefits, whether it's at $300 or $100. It's 3 different categories of how people get it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, like that 1%, they don't care. They rich, they got money, they got resources. They don't care. They can do stuff online in the virtual world. This is so huge to unpack. I'm trying to stay focused, but it is a big deal. Like I said, for that 1%, they don't care. They're good. And with the work thing, these are the options. Let me give you the example, and I'll use a specific industry. President Joe Biden gave a mandate that said nursing home staff are required to take this vaccine. And I won't call out the name of the nursing home, but this is the gist of it. So they gave their employees a few choices. And they're fine-tuning it. You'll either take the vaccine. If not, you'll be tested weekly. You got a problem with that? We'll remove you from the schedule. Even bigger than that, we'll just end your employment. So like you said, it's almost like I'm not directly telling you
to get it.
to get it. At the end of the day, I'm giving you a choice. And with that choice comes a consequence. And I want to just drive it home and I want to see what you all going to do with this. Because basically, you know what I think, what we're headed to?
Hmm.
And I can't say the word totalitarianism, but that's what I want to say.
You just said
You
it.
said it.
Okay. And I tried practicing it all day. I
You
couldn't
did
get it.
good.
But I want to say, I think we're headed to a dictatorship. So people think it's about public
Headed to?
health. It's not. When you think about anytime the government is you're controlling education, you're controlling the private life, the public life. Just think about what's happening. Kids can't go to school. You're trying to make it a requirement. And like we said, that 1%, the rich people, I don't care if my kid don't go to school because I can hire somebody
Right.
to teach my kids at home. So if you think about the different areas and then the nursing home residents, they're already being neglected. So you're going to fire people and then they're already short on staff. And so these people are going to be out here. What are they going to do? You don't have a job. You can't afford to get your kid a nanny or whatever to come teach them. Look at it. Look at the group of people who's really being impacted.
Right.
But
It's marginalized groups.
But I think it's different, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because this last year showed, and we touched on this personally off camera. This last year showed people something completely different, right? I think a lot of people are looking at things. Who cares that unemployment is about to end? A lot of people realize that, holy crap, I don't have to go sit 8 hours at a job that I don't like to make money. We have been, and this is the thing that I don't understand about us. We don't understand that we have more access than we've ever had before, and we possess and hold all power. I can sell to Toni right now. I can sell something to Toni. I can have an exchange with Toni. If Toni needs something, I can sell her a service right now, right? If I need something from Toni and Toni possesses a skill set that I could benefit from, she can sell that to me in exchange, right? Now, what I will say is I do agree with you that, and I had to think about it for a second. I had to listen to you for a second and really play it all the way through. I do agree that certain jobs should be able to mandate employees to be vaccinated. When you're dealing with elderly people, when you're dealing with sick people, yeah, I get it. I understand it. It's kind of like, in order to hold this position, you have to have a degree. You have to have some sort of college education. I get it. I understand it, right? But I ain't gonna lie. I think that if COVID should have taught businesses anything within the past year, it's to really be careful and play your cards right and weigh your options. Like McDonald's, I'm sorry, or McDonald's or Speedway, whatever the case may be, or the employers that aren't paying a lot. I don't know if it would behoove you to start putting a bunch of restrictions and a huge criteria on people working for you, because I ain't gonna lie, if you pay me $12 an hour, but I know that I can go get 15 over here, but it's harder for me to be employed with you than it is for me to be employed over here. I don't know if that helps you out by like saying I got to do this, and that, and the third in order to be employed with you.
Well, you and go ahead, Toni. I'm sorry.
No. I agree with you, Alex, only to a certain extent. Because whereas before, but this is the reason why I don't understand this in this sense. And maybe it's just from my own personal soapbox, and that's the reason why I just don't understand it. Throughout this entire ordeal, these same people have been interacting with the same group of people.
Yeah.
So now that there's a vaccination, now all of a sudden the vaccination you have to have it. This whole time I've been helping these people. I've been assisting these people in these spaces, these same groups of people, same groups of elderly people I have been assisting and helping, same groups of sick people I have been assisting and treating. Why do I have to get a vaccination in order for me to do my job?
Well, I'm going to say capitalism, and that's just me. And like I told you, I do believe in, what do they call it? Conspiracy theories. And I'm not really going to give it that, but I know the world in which we live. And I'll just give you some truths, and you can maybe put together the pieces of the puzzle. We have this vaccine now that has been approved by the FDA. And yet A lot of people are saying there's not enough clinical trials. It doesn't even prevent you from getting COVID because you can still catch COVID, and immunizations are about strengthening your immune system anyway. It doesn't mean you're not going to catch anything. It means that the effects will be mitigated or lessened. So whereas maybe if you'll die if you caught it, maybe now you'll have a little bit more strength. You can still pass it on. So it doesn't stop you from doing that. They don't know. They're talking about booster in 8 months, but I was on the CDC's website. They'll tell you this. The protection from the inoculation, it wanes over time. Hence, that's why they have this booster. And so it's really all about the individual, supposedly, that it's helping them. And check this out. Pharmaceuticals, big money, right?
Huge.
Big pharma. Check this out. Now, the president isn't mandating that everybody. He says for nursing homes, CDC recommends, and the government is allowing states to enact their own legislation. And we know that's political, based upon your conservative or your liberal or your Republican or your Democrat. Look at that fool in Texas, the one who just did you can't have an abortion after 6 weeks unless it's detrimental to your health. I'm going to leave that there. That's just an example of someone who's so opinionated that his opinion matters. He can't get outside of himself to look at his constituents, to look at individual circumstances. Now, I say that to say that each individual state can choose what mandates they're going to have, what mandates they're not going to have. That's really, really problematic on another level. And I forgot what I was going to say. So someone else comment and maybe it'll come back to me. How about that?
Man, listen, honestly, I got to learn more about it and I got to look more into it. Like I said, I can understand certain.
Okay, I got it. I'm sorry. I got it. No, I have to, y'all know, but Big Pharma, this is the deal. So you're mandating that. Now, like I said, there's not been enough clinical trials. You can still transmit it. This variant Delta, it's like exponentially is transmitted. So it affects many more people. They haven't done enough trials. So if you get sick and you die from it, pharmaceutical companies have no liabilities whatsoever. It's been written, you cannot sue them. And yet the employers, if they make you saying you have to take it, mandated, if you take it, if you get sick or you die, their family can sue them. So do you see how the buck is being passed from pharmaceuticals to employers? But I think the truth of the matter, if it's a company who's firmly established and you die and your family comes after them, medical exam, you know how crooks work together.
Yeah.
The cause of death is not going to be COVID. They're going to say, well, you had a herniated eyeball from Jump Street or some stuff like that, right? So it's just a bunch of crazy stuff,
Oh my God.
Agreed? You guys agree with that perspective?
No, I with you. I'm with you. Wow, I sound like I'm 3. No, I'm with you. I don't know. I can tell you how I feel right now, man. Like, again,
tell me how you feel.
And again, it would be me repeat myself, but I get certain businesses being able to say, listen, in order to be employed here, one of the requirements is we got to have you vaccinated, man. I get it. I can understand that point of view. But at the same time, it's Bella doing the booty scoot.
Wow, Alex.
No, she is. My poor baby. We're going to take you to the vet. But at the same time, it's just like,
you're not going to scoot on me here.
I don't know. The vaccine, I don't know. It's people's health at the end of the day, man. Like, it's not, people make it seem like it's such an easy decision. Like, I can't tell anybody to do, and I can't tell you what to do with your body. I just can't, like, because I don't have enough information on you, what you got going on. Like, when people say, that's why I think it's just a certain level of ignorance. When people say, you should get the vaccine, like, it shows me that you're ignorant in that stance, because it's like, you don't know what I got going on with my body. You don't know if I'm on medication. You don't know what's happening with me. So it's like, I don't know. But I will say that I'm getting tired of hearing about the vaccine. I'm getting tired of it. I've never seen a campaign and a promo and a rollout as great as this one. I've seen artists release albums and do some clever stuff. I've seen beefs. I've seen people fake kidnappings. I have never seen a rollout so genius where you literally got entertainers, you got billboards, you got the media, you got government officials, you got everybody really. They offering to put $10 on prisoners' commissary to take the vaccine. Like it's out of this world, bro. It is out of this
What?
world. And
Yeah, their employers are offering financial incentives too. And my thing is, when you want to just keep it real, and this is going to be going on, but last year, if nothing else, if people were so blind and they couldn't see, because I had some people tell me they didn't believe it was racism, and I was like, come on, dude, get out of your Birkin, get out of your bag, you know? But if last year didn't expose what a lot of people already knew, and it highlighted the inequities among different groups, and all of a sudden, with a new administration or whatever, oh, we're just so concerned about the inequities. Let's just get people vaccinated. We're going to pay you money to do this. Let's go into the black and brown colored communities. We love you so much now. We've been hating you for 3,000 years, and now we like you. We care about your health. You know, it's like
that's
doing all of this outreach and all this stuff. And so granted, there's a level of skepticism, and I get it.
Huge.
There's been a lot of inconsistencies in the information people have been given. So at least understand that and respect that.
Yeah.
And for you to try to mandate it on people at the end of the day, you know, when you're saying you're promoting public health, you're not, because look at the pressure that this is causing on people. Just this mandate, just the whole, people are depressed, suicide rates are up, anxiety level rates are up. So how are you improving the public health? And I'm gonna just throw this out here. You know what it makes me think?
What?
And I try not to think too hard, but you know, robotics, we're moving there. I don't know what's in these shots. I don't care. And, you know, I took it, and that for my own personal reasons. I'm like this. I wasn't put here to exist. And that's what really doing in this realm is just existing, because life is meant to be lived. And if I can't freely experience this atmosphere the way that I would like to without worrying about, is this going to kill me? You know, why be here? So that's my personal thing. And yet I say people should have their basic right is to be who they want to be and do like they want to do. I'll even go so far as to say, if people don't want to take the vaccine and if they die, they have the right to make that choice. It's their life, because at the end of the day, you're born by yourself and you die by yourself. How can the government tell you how to do whatever? So that's just my take on it. I think it's very unethical. I send good vibes to the leaders for the ones that are transparent and have good motives. I would not want to be on that committee or in that seat to call that judgment, because it is like the lesser of two evils. When you have to make a decision based upon what's better for the greater good, I don't want that job.
Well, I think that that's what people are really people are on. People are skeptical. Like what are your motives? Because I'm gonna tell you that's where I am. I'm like, what are your motives? Like, and they hide behind we just want to make sure that everyone is safe, care about your community. They'll hide behind that. And it's like, well, you never really invested solely, or you never prioritized the community to begin with. You never prioritized people to begin with. So why is it now that it seems as if, I just want to make sure everybody's healthy and safe and all of this stuff? It's like, it makes you raise an eyebrow. You know what I'm saying?
Because does it, like, is it just me? Or does it feel like, you know, for them pushing it into like specific communities, like, doesn't it feel kind of like when they were testing syphilis?
You know, that's where I was. When I said robotics, this is, you know, I'm like, I'm with you.
Because I feel that way.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean? Because that's what they did. They
Toni, I'm so there. It's an experiment.
Yes. Like, I feel like that's what we're doing right now. It's like, yeah. We're going to push for just this group. You know, these people over here, y'all gonna go ahead and get this.
And there are correlations based upon the decisions they're saying of which groups who has to take them. Believe me, they've done the statistical analysis. They've looked at t-test and significant levels, and they've done this. You know they have. And like she says, with syphilis and supposedly they got the review board with all of the studies, and they got all these protocols that's in place to try to ensure ethical and humane treatment, which we know that's a bunch of junk. You're not even listening to what science has been telling you. You're kind of doing your own thing.
Right.
But what about even this? What about, since we're moving to robotics, they're cloning people, have you ever considered that you're making everybody get injected? Okay, hell, you're going to kill off the elderly or a certain group of people, you're trying to make it required for kids K through 12. Pretty soon, just like when a person gives birth, kids get the little MMR shots, little shots babies get when they're born. I think hepatitis, whatever. Consider that, because that's where it's coming next, that when a baby is born, they're going to have to get these shots. Could it be that they're injecting stuff? Because we're moving to robotization, where it seems like they're just trying to wipe off people off the face of the earth. And if you notice, even marginalized groups, African Americans, we're not the majority of the minority. Hispanics are surpassing us. And by the year 2050, it's projected that white people will be the minority.
Listen.
And Uncle Tom or Billy Joe ain't finna let that happen, okay? Because that's dipping into our pocketbooks, Myra.
No one species is supposed to reign forever. Like it always comes to an end. And unfortunately, I think that we're gonna fall because of us. Like as the human race, we're gonna fall because of us, man. And I guess the bigger question for me is, why does it seem as if a certain group of people have to be in control of everything? Like, it wasn't as simple as let's all come to a country and let's establish ourselves on this land and let's live freely together. It's like, no, someone had to take control. Someone had to set rules and tell somebody else what they got to do with their life.
Pride.
You can't do that. And the thing that, I mean, you can, but the thing that bothers me is that we enable that as a people. Like we really, yes, we do.
Okay, you know what?
I'm gonna let you finish your point because I want to see where you're going with it.
Okay, what I'm saying is we relinquish our power. We relinquish our power to these I was talking about the employer, right? I was talking about the employer's survival. A lot of employers shut down. A lot of businesses shut down during COVID. Number one, because they didn't have business from the people, from the consumer, from the people that spend their dollars. A lot of people suffered because they had no willing working bodies. So they was trying to do everything themselves, and it forced them to kind of come up with another strategy. How are we going to do this? Because nobody wants to work, right? I look at the government, and we've had these conversations a lot. I look at the government, who's supposed to be almighty, powerful, X, Y, and Z, and what if, and I don't think it'll ever happen. That's just how I feel. What if everybody just said, no, I'm not doing it no more? Then what? The only tactic you have is to instill fear in people. I'm going to kill you. If you don't comply, I'm going to. No, I'm not doing it.
They'll find somebody else who will.
No, but I'm saying and again, that's why I said it'll never happen. What if everybody said, no, I'm not taking the vaccine. No, I'm not paying my taxes. No, I'm not going to work. No, I'm going on strike. F you, nigga. I'm sorry. Can I shoot the bird to the camera?
Do your thing, man.
F you, nigga. I'm not doing it. You can eat it. I'm not doing it.
And thank you for asking, because all of these hate groups, they don't even get permission. They just get on the internet and call us monkeys and apes and say everything else. And we're niggers and everything else. They don't get our permission and they get no backlash. So I commend you for being respectable on this platform, saying what you mean, meaning what you say, and asking, can you say that?
Devin, when I flick the bird, can you cut it to mom or something? Because I don't want nobody to screenshot and be like, he's a bad person. Okay, we're just going to do that. But yeah, nah, you ain't about to catch me lacking out here. I want to be a great example for the kids, okay? All right?
But that's where the power is. When you say, why can't people just say no? And that's what needs to happen. Like, there's a bill in California right now I think it's AB 455 and AB 1102. And I forgot the intricacies, and if I'm off with the numbers, but I believe that's what they are. And everybody, well, I ain't gonna say everybody knows, but normally if California passes a law, it's not long before it starts permeating across the nation. And I would say to people before it gets there, it's time to start reaching out to your legislatures, your senators, and stuff like that. And a lot of people wait until the water is real, real hot before they notice they about ready to get burnt. And then it's too late to do stuff. I think we need to be more proactive. It's headed. And to answer your question, Alex, because this is the thing.
You sound like Joe Biden. Here's the deal.
This is the thing. There's a young woman, a 24-year-old from Chicago, got arrested at the airport in Hawaii because she had a fake, or she had a card, allegedly a vaccine card that said she had got the Moderna 2 doses, and they noticed that Moderna was spelled wrong. Instead of Moderna, it was spelled Maderna. That was a flag. They looked on her Facebook account. They got her. She was put in jail, $2,000 bail. I guess the charge is for faking to have a genuine vaccination card. I mentioned that because we're going back to slavery days. Remember how slaves used to have papers to travel through the woods and stuff? I need y'all to hear me. How we used to have even Nazi in Germany, how they had to have whatever that thing
documentation.
For everything. It's the same thing. This little tool, and I say that to say, so now that's a crime. We know fraud is a crime. Apparently, this lady did this because seems like she didn't want to take the vaccination. But the thing was, when you came into Hawaii, if you couldn't prove you had the vaccination, you had to do a mandatory 10-day quarantine. Either going out or coming in, whatever. You guys can Google it.
Right.
But the point is, this is where we're getting. Now, when you're saying you think it's unethical, this and that, you just got to get into with the different narratives. It's saying the only thing you're going to be allowed to do is buy gasoline and go to the grocery store. Because if you want to do sporting events, you want to go to the movies, you want to travel, they're already saying schools and colleges across the country are saying if you want to play athletics, you have to. Now they're mandating it K through 12. This thing is a real thing. And based upon who your leader of your state, of your municipality, or how you say it?
You said it right.
Yeah. Like, this is what we coming to.
Man, but you said we're headed towards slavery. Let's just be honest. We've been there for quite some time. Like,
well, slavery
I mean, in the sense of like dictatorship.
Having to have like documentation.
No, we've been there for a while. Let's talk. All right, let's talk about it. We all got social security numbers. True.
Right.
Everybody has a social security number. You're identified by a number.
Not everybody.
Well, most people. You're identified by a number. Your name doesn't matter, Tony.
Right.
When you're dead, I don't care about your name. I just care about your number.
Right.
Right. So you can't do certain things if you don't show that number. It reminds me of if you take a hot piece of iron and you stamp somebody's forearm and say, "Show me your number, nigga."
Branding them. Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000%. That's how you're identified. For me to restrict your access to the world, to move, to go somewhere, you're not allowed to step on this land if you don't have this. I control access to the world that we all were put on to be equal in. That's crazy. That's evilness. Again, the thing that pisses me off about it is we as a people, as a whole, we enable it. We don't realize that we enable it, but we enable it. Who are you to tell? First of all, who are you to charge me for water? You can't charge me for a natural resource. Who are you to charge me for air, for gas? You got to pay to put air in your tire. That's the craziest thing in the world. And the crazy thing is, because you have those people who are so brainwashed that will literally defend it. Well, water, they filter it and X, Y, and Z. Oh, but you only care about human beings when it comes to the vaccine. You want everybody to be good.
It's economical, man. And this is what I'm telling you. And I'm going to just say.
But when it comes to giving out free water, you're not willing to do that.
No,
you got to pay for it.
Because it's money. If you think about it, every Thanksgiving that people are celebrating, which I love being with my family, you're celebrating the murder of Indians, Native American. You're celebrating these white people coming over here, killing Indians, and y'all got the nerve to celebrate it. Buying turkeys
and the crazy
sweet
thing
potatoes and corn things and hanging them on your door. And people was just murdered. And now the Indians are getting money. Oh, we'll give you money. We'll give you a check on the reservations. We'll give you our casinos. But, when you think about it, when people are celebrating these commercial holidays, think about what you're celebrating. And when I say it's economics, and I'll give you something current. With this Delta variant, because cases are spiking, right now, Vietnam is the second largest producer of coffee export. And because of there's so many cases are rising, they've shut down. So now they're not.
Hold on now.
They're not export. I'm trying to tell you, for a certain, like the espresso kind and that strong coffee, that's them, Vietnam. So they're locking it down. So the export, I don't know if it's stopped, but it's not happening. So this country is losing money. So they're like, yeah, this virus is stopping something, man. It's taking money out of, they real deep deep, 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 extra deeper than graveyard deep.
It's
You
all
know?
about
Yeah.
it's all about power and money.
It's about that
I,
money,
I actually
man.
say it's about
Money,
power
money,
over
money,
money.
money, money, huh?
I actually say that it's more about power than it is money. Because it's like at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. I wanna
Yeah.
have power. I wanna be in control. I wanna be, and again, I look at us like it's almost like you stand on the top of a building and you look down at the ground and you see all the people running and roaming around like ants. People going to work. People are machines. They're slaves. They're programmed. I'm gonna go here because I got to work this 9 to 5 or I'm gonna kiss my boss's butt and I'm gonna suck up to massa in order for them to give me a $2 raise an hour. And it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. And listen, that's a different conversation for another day. But it reminds me, it's crazy when you say that every time we celebrate Thanksgiving, we celebrate the slaughtering of Native Americans.
You do.
A lot of us know that and we still do it. And that's the crazy part about it. And then there's a whole thing. Why is Columbus Day still a thing? Like, why is that still a thing? Yes.
They actually, well, I guess certain places don't call it Columbus Day anymore. They gave it back to the indigenous people because it was just like he really didn't discover anything.
Commercially,
so
I
a lot
mean.
of people are like, "Oh yeah, it's not Columbus Day anymore. It's
It never
Indigenous
was his day. It's the day
I
that
know.
y'all wanted to give to him because he white.
Right, but commercially though,
Start
I get what
giving
you're saying.
Negroes
There-
and people of color what belongs to them. I'm tired of y'all.
Yeah, but I'm saying like around the country
You
though,
had to yell at me.
commercially
No, I
to
wasn't yelling at you. I'm tired of the people
you
that.
guys, I love your
I
relationship.
wasn't talking to you, baby. I was talking about like they give
I was
Columbus.
joking, man.
But I mean, like
So-
commercially, man, like across the United States, though, for the most part, like we all identify it as, and some of us, let's be real, my black brothers and sisters, I know some of us just be happy because we get off work sometimes, or we get a little extra paycheck. It is what it is. I'm included on that. But listen, I'm included on that. But listen,
Guilty a little bit.
but it's
Yeah.
crazy. We are. Listen, man. It is so crazy that we will identify something to be wrong, and then just say so. We'll say so about it, and listen. That's just the way it's been. That's just the way it is. And I'll talk to even my white brothers and sisters out there because we say white people got privilege. Y'all do got privilege. But
day
if
long.
y'all don't think that a lot of y'all are enslaved too, if y'all don't think that a lot of y'all are enslaved too,
I'm getting hives. Can you give me a shot? Give me a shot because
y'all
I'm like,
enslaved too, man. A lot of y'all going to work and y'all sitting here and y'all sitting down for. And the crazy thing is, we ain't gonna talk about Becky. I don't know. I don't like the way that the country is ran, man. We should have options. We should be able to enjoy the land that was provided to all of us. No one man should have. And then even when we start talking about representatives and government officials, I don't think that we should necessarily vote a representative in office. I don't think that we should vote on the person. We should vote on the issue.
and that's what a lot of people saying. But you got to realize when
Right.
when you're in a world with a lot of different personalities, and whether people want to say it's due to evolution and creation or mutations, people different. And with the progression of time, people have become more unique and more satanic in their thinking and just the way they are. Everybody is unique, and all of these hybrids. You know, I think about when I was growing up and my parents worked on the farm. I did too. We picked apples, right? You had golden, red, delicious apples. You had golden, delicious McIntyre. You had maybe however many brands or variations of apples. Maybe we had 6 in the region where we worked, and they were good apples.
Mhm.
When I ate a red, delicious apple, I know it was red. Sugar was going to come out of it, and it was good every time. And with the access of information, applying that information, in other words, technology, now you got all these different hybrids of apples, and you may have 2 good apples, and the rest of them taste like shit because they've been watered down.
Processed.
So it is with the evolution of mankind as they developed, and all these different people and their different ideas and all of these variations. That stuff is so watered down. What was meant to be good,
Mhm.
whether it was meant to be a right or a privilege, it's just crazy. And it
Yeah.
puts a bitter taste in your mouth. But these people who say, hey, we know how to do this. Let's do this.
Right.
Billy Joe and Bobby Sam and
Right.
Sue Megan.
Right.
Ronaldo.
Right.
You know,
I know that you was using it to compare because you
Absolutely.
was using the food thing as an analogy to compare, but like I think about like processed food and stuff and the only reason I'm bringing this up because we was talking about this today. Like we think about like how people be growing meat, like meat ain't real meat, like we literally be
Yeah.
growing meat,
People grow
and people,
Yeah.
and
Like-
people be like, it's real, it's real. There are 7 billion people in the world. You're not about to tell me that there's enough meat and enough chickens to feed 7 billion people in the world. You're not about to tell me that. You know what I'm telling? There's chicken everywhere. There is chicken everywhere. Where does it come from, Mom? Hey, wait, real quick, Mom. You know, I just saw that's totally off topic. You know that they added 2 new characters to the LGBTQ thing?
Really?
Yeah.
What are they?
It's 2S. So now it's LGBTQIA2S plus.
What's 2?
2S is two-spirit. So basically,
who?
two-spirit. So
yeah. Well,
What
we're
does
going to
that
get into that.
mean?
Actually,
All right,
we
we'll
have a
talk about that.
special guest that's coming.
that's crazy.
And we got a special guest coming soon.
Don't
and
look.
So we're going to really be able
Don't
to
look
get
like
into
that,
that. And, you know, things are evolving. That's all that I really can say. And since you mentioned the
I want to
LGBTQ,
go back to the time of tribes.
no, I'm not even going to go there.
Can
Like
we go back?
this is the world that we're living in right now.
I love all of my LGBTQIA plus. I love you guys.
Yeah,
just so
we
you know.
love you all. We're just saying how it's amazing how some groups of people, they've made strides.
Yes.
Like they've had legislation passed like radically in the
Save it.
last few years.
Save it.
And some groups,
Save it.
like the one that I'm in,
Mm.
it's been hundreds and then I'll listen to, I'm gonna call them out. I got a couple of colleagues. I gotta tell this story. I got a couple of colleagues. No, we're keeping it
Yo.
real. This is about
Yo.
self-acceptance.
Tony.
And this is it's not like that even I want to vent. I'm sharing my experience. My thing is about self-acceptance, promoting self-esteem. Everybody knows that discrimination and prejudice attacks the sense of the self. It triggers us. We have mental health issues. So, you know, you see it like in the airport, they say, you see something, say something. I don't say something about everything, but I go back to, I have some colleagues since last year has taken place, and
Mhm.
I've been in communication with us. They say they're allies for the movement. And as a person, I like them.
For the
There-
movement.
There's some people I've been having Zoom calls with during the pandemic every week. And really, I've been sharing my experience as a Black person with them. And they're wealthy, retired, bougie people who are running organizations or sitting on boards. And all the time, I'm like, now this man or this lady think I don't know what time it is. They think that I'm not aware that they're doing an observational study on me when we're on Zoom or talking. And I'm like, cool, because I know where my motives are.
Mm.
So, excuse me, I'm communicating. Something came up and I participated in something. I was sitting on a committee. Their thing is diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity, that's just different. That's red, white, yellow. That's diverse.
Mm.
Equity, well, we ain't even gonna go there. The ultimate is inclusion because that's what full acceptance is. Long story short, I'm on this committee where we were tasked to do some things. And we did it the way we did it as a group. And we spent time meeting and discussing it. And we put this into play. And one little person came along and decided they were going to change what we did. And I quit the committee. I quit. I'm like, I'm not doing like this. Did I feel betrayal? Yes. Because the person who brought me in here, I felt really kind of bad. When you're talking about inclusion, that's what inclusion is about. I value you. You bring your perspective. We can innovate. We can come up with creative solutions to problems. But to have us spending all this time for you to just say, okay, this is what we're going to do. The moral of that story is I quit. My colleague, I was like, are you going to do something about it? She was like, I got to do something about this. Long story short, the buck was passed. The leadership of this organization blamed it on the person. He had no right to do that. Or you think I'm stupid? That's a bunch of bullshit. This is Imogene you're talking to, okay? I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I've been dealing with diversity for years. I've been in other countries. I've just been in different situations in life, different circles, and you think it just burns me up how these people in their privilege can look at you, oh, I'm woke, I'm conscious. You could never be conscious if you don't assume the identity of these people in these marginalized groups. The best you can do is to progressively seek to become enlightened. So for you to just say, I'm woke, I'm conscious, no, you might have been woke, but you done fell and bumped your head and went back to sleep. And you gonna play me like that? So it's like, whew.
You okay?
Woosah.
You okay,
You
Mom?
had to get that off your check.
Yeah, I had to say that because, you know, it's been a tough week, but I'm about to go on vacation, so I'm good.
Hey,
There you go.
hey.
I'm just tired of just.
Are you, baby?
I'm tired of this country, man. I do. I
Well,
said
where
I
you
do.
gonna go?
I want to go
That's a
back
good
to the
question.
time where we had tribes
Yeah.
and you dealt with the issues in your tribe.
You looked out for yourselves, man.
you
You didn't.
dealt with your people.
You didn't have to
How
run to
you and
daddy
your people
and uncle.
worked. It's how you and your people worked,
Right.
and that's it. You
Well,
didn't have
who's
to
your
worry
people?
about
That's
Huh?
a serious question. Who do
Oh,
you
that's
consider
true.
who do you consider your
That's
people?
true. Man, that's true.
Dang, I didn't think of that.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? If we go back to Africa, us right now, we're
They
foreign
don't want
to
us
them.
in Africa.
They don't want us.
They don't.
They don't want us.
We're messed up as
Yeah.
far as they're concerned.
They don't want it. We're not to us. We're not their brothers.
Right.
No.
We're the Americans to them.
Yeah.
And
It's a fair statement.
It sucks. So literally, you robbed us. You stole.
We
Literally,
have nowhere to go.
You literally
so it's
stole
stuck.
us. So this ain't our home. Africa really ain't our home no more. So it's like, where do we go?
And that's deep. And I gotta say it, Hispanics, Asians,
They all got homes.
they all got countries to go to because they came here, whether they migrated by choice,
Or
It
by
wasn't-
refuge.
or seeking asylum.
Yeah.
We was forced here. And
Literally,
it's like
man.
we're in that place between a rock and a hard place.
Where to go?
If they want to go back home, they can. We can't because we're rejected by our own because we've been separated.
For so long.
Yeah. And isn't that something? So, like, don't come talking to me. They be like, oh, the angry black woman. And, no, Negro, I'm not angry. You want to talk? Let's listen to the. And where's our reparations? Indians getting theirs. When black people getting theirs?
Bro.
Yes, I want my 40 acres and a mule.
Facts.
If I'm
I'm here
entitled
for the
to
40
it, how
acres.
come
You
I'm
said
not
it.
getting it? How come I'm not getting it? You
Wait,
know
what's
why?
a mule? What's a mule?
No, this went back to.
I
was
know
it-
the 40 acres in a mule, but I'm saying, what's a mule again?
a mule is a donkey,
Donkey.
Okay, cool.
A female.
I
donkey.
that
want
bears
my-
a burden.
I want my 40 acres in a mule.
I'm here for the 40
I
acres.
want my 40. Tony,
acres
join
in-
in.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
I want my
you gotta
40
say-
acres in
One
the
more time,
sand.
say it.
I want my 40 acres in a mule. I'm going to clip this, and this is going to be the promo.
Here, I am really
know
here
what?
for the
And
40 acres.
I'm damn
Facts.
right.
The mule,
You know what I
I
can
don't want
do?
to have to take care of
You know
it.
what I can do with 40 acres, Tony?
It's just the point. And that's why when people be saying, I'm woke and I'm enlightened, oh, I walk in white
Hold up.
privilege.
Hold
I
up.
said, wait a minute, I got to say this.
We hooking all our brothers up. You
If-
part black too, right?
If you so woke and conscious and you realize you walk in privilege, give up some of your wealth. Give up some of your stuff and say, well, let me go. Because I'm sure somebody in your family was raping the people in my family. And I'm sure
Ooh.
somebody in your family just took stuff that didn't belong to them. So for all you allies that want to be allies and you want to keep it real,
Give
you
it back.
woke, give up some of your wealth and give it away. But no, you're not going to do, well, that's not practical. It's going to take time. Know why it's going to take time? Because you ain't willing to do it. So I'm saying, colleagues, whoever you are, don't step in my face with this. Imogene is done with it. She's not having it. Don't do it. Stay what they call the heck away from me.
This
Because
is-
it's triggering, it's traumatic, and I deal with this every day of my life like everybody else. It's nothing worse than a snake. It's different when you pick up a snake and it already showed you what it was. But in this
Right.
social justice cause, I've been fighting this thing for a minute. And I'm always about bettering my people. And I see color, but like I'm a soldier. So I've been in I've been in different countries. When you got to lay in the mud and stuff with people and stuff like that, it's like you connect with them past that superficial stuff.
Mhm.
But it's a hurting thing for people to take advantage of the struggle and the movement and to slide in. I don't even know you a snake until you try to bite me, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing. So y'all stay what they call the hell away from me. You know, I'm living in this life. I'm doing the best I can do. And that's why what I say to every individual at the end of the day, it's you, yourself, and you. That's all you got in the end.
Mom, you've burnt that song to the ground.
I don't
okay?
care.
All right, it's over. It's
Just
over.
because you're a singer, I can say
No,
something.
no, I'm saying you've
I
done
like that song.
in so many
You,
episodes.
myself, and I.
But yeah,
That's
no,
all
I
got.
feel you, man. Give up some of your wealth.
You be
Right,
on
Because
since
you-
we all cousins, since
Yeah.
Yeah.
let me hold some.
No, because literally
you
you literally gained and rode the coattail of somebody else's work, man. Like
Yeah.
somebody else, a group of people literally put in all the work, and you benefited, and they literally didn't even have the decency to throw them anything. It's
Right.
like if it wasn't for them, that's why I'm gonna just leave it at this, because I'm
Oh.
getting upset.
Get up.
That's why I get so mad, and I don't hate anybody.
I've been cursing.
That's why I get upset when I
Well.
hear certain people from the Mount Caucasus come
Mount
to me,
Caucasus.
That's what it is.
and
Caucasian.
say, "Well, if you don't like the country, get out." It make me so mad because I be wanting to. Can I pull an Imogene?
No, do Alex.
Can
Why
I?
you
No,
gotta
can I pull an Imogene?
Go for it.
I built this damn country. You ain't about to- No, but you're always angry. I don't give a damn. God, like for real, man. You can't
Is
pull
that
me out of
really me?
Mom.
That's listen, man. But you can't put me out of a country that you don't even have rights to, nigga. I put more work. My people have put more work and time and energy in this country than your
Are you
people.
gonna lose your job for saying this?
No, because they know what it is. Nigger Nissan, this is Alex. Edit point.
Stop! You gotta edit
54.
that.
5440. All right, man.
Oh my goodness. That is like really classic.
I'm gonna leave that in there.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm gonna leave that in there. I'm
No,
leaving that.
Hey, but you know, I'm not even gonna speak on that situation because I don't see nothing wrong with it. It's not the problem to me.
Yeah. Stop it. Oh, gosh. Yeah, no, we're going to change the names to everything. This is the Nigger Incomplete Podcast. You know what it is.
Hey, listen. Stop.
I'm sorry. Yo, how many niggers do we get per episode?
I think you
get
just
a
use
lot.
those.
I think I just used them all up.
And speaking of which, let me tell you what someone said to me, and it bothered me. We're cool, and this person is Caucasian, and he said a while back, he said, I watched the podcast. It's really cool, but you should stop using the word nigger because white people won't like that.
Let's change it, nigga.
Listen, he said, because white people won't like that. And y'all, before I knew it, my cellar mouth came. I said, I don't give a about no. It was a trigger for him to say that to me. I said, I don't give a damn. And then he said, well, they'll support you. And I'm like, them, I don't need their support. And I had to bring myself down. And I know why. God forgives me. He loves me. But I'm saying it's a real thing. This dude stood in my face and said this to me. And it was triggering. It was traumatic. Why should I care? Nigga, y'all been calling us nigga. Now, when I say it, I take it and call myself a nigga, and I can have fun with it. Don't do that. White people will piss you. You'll piss them off, and they won't help you. I don't need them to help me. I know how to work. I know how to do what I got to do. I'm not finna be sucking they behind.
Man, Mom about to have all the government coming for us.
Well, fine. Hey, listen, the government has already did what it's done to me, whatever. I've served my country. For these same people that's treating me like a dog, I gave up my youth and my vibrancy and some of my sanity so people could be in the LGBTQI ABC. I'm not trying to be funny, so they could do that. Yo. So give me another group so I'm not singling nobody else. So the dreamers could they do what they're doing, so blacks could do what they're doing. So you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. While I was over here as a young kid being indoctrinated, brainwashed, abused, they don't do it now because they've learned.
Yeah.
And then this is how I come back, and this is how you treat me. You make it obvious. So if I'm tripping, you made me like this. How about that?
Listen,
I'm about to say, Mock, you can say that because you've done your part.
I think I have.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, sorry.
We got to clear a space because
right,
I feel like, hold on, I feel like there's a lot that we got to clean up because I got to be the piece of, first of all, because there was a lot that happened. We love everybody. I'm making a statement. We love everybody. We love all groups.
You want me to do this?
No, we love all groups. We don't mean nigger. We mean nigga. As a matter of fact, we don't even use that word. We
said nigga. And if you, this nigga, how about that?
The views and opinions expressed on this.
All right, I'm gonna be quiet.
Listen, it's important because we do got to be clear, man, because all different groups, people watch it and stuff. No problems. We love everybody. We accept everybody for who you are, man. You have a right to identify as whoever or however you want to identify as. We joke around sometimes, and sometimes the viewers don't necessarily understand our sense of humor. As Black people, we've learned to take traumatic, and we've learned to take all types of different situations and see the light and see humor in it. So that's just how we communicate with one another, because if we didn't do that, then we'd probably all be insane and crazy because we've dealt with way too much trauma. So we love everybody.
Lock me up and throw me
add to that, because they ain't gonna listen to me, so you add to. They're gonna
I think you said enough. I think you said enough to this episode.
You also have to understand where people are in their spaces and places. So it's just a matter of or at least from me knowing Madam here.
I don't know, Madam. You know, Madam is a prostitute.
No, it's not.
You better look up the origin of that word.
Madam.
You said Madam. Don't say Madame. Now she's trying to switch it. She's always trying to stop.
Go ahead, Madame. Toni did try to add a little sauce on it, right?
That's how I meant it.
No, I feel you.
Jesus.
Toni rolled the D. She said, Madame.
Like,
you know it's Madam, nigga.
Wow.
It's for me,
Eventually.
in that instance, it was the same word. I wasn't thinking about prostitution.
Yeah, you just know mom's brain be left field. Mom be like, what you trying to say?
She said a matter.
I love it.
Prostitute.
I
Don't
love
call
it.
me no prostitute.
I love it.
I
I'm
did
a little
it.
I love
off,
it.
but you know what? I am who I am.
You're not off.
And I say what I mean, but I
You're
love
different.
me.
You on.
Everybody-
I am
different.
different.
You
And you know what? Ralph Waldo Emerson says, in a world that's constantly trying to make you something else, to be yourself is a great achievement. And I have achieved that I'm comfortable enough in my skin, I can be myself. I catch flack sometimes, but it's okay. Because let me ask y'all something. When y'all show up in
I
y'all
ain't gonna
life,
never finish this
is it
point.
you who's showing up, or is it who you think people want you to be?
We already had that episode, but I feel you.
We never released it, Negro.
Oh yeah, you're right. My
So
bad.
you just really messed up my question.
No, we do redo
Edit
it,
point.
man. Edit point 60-17. Nah, they got
I
it.
tried to help.
They
I tried
got
to
it.
help. I really
Go ahead,
did.
baby.
They
I'm
got
about-
it, man.
Y'all heard my feelings.
Y'all probably
Is this real or is this?
No, she joking. Y'all
This
probably
is real.
y'all
Are
probably
your
think
feelings really hurt?
Yeah.
Why?
Girl, go ahead. Say what you saying.
yo, they probably
She got
think
me
we
for real. Like
y'all probably think that we so unstable.
Well, people gonna think what they gonna think. For me, I enjoy showing up here, talking to y'all, and we kicking it and we having fun. Why not? The world is going to hell.
All right, mom. All right.
If
Yo,
we
you
can't
got
take no time
mom.
out and have fun, what
Yo,
we gonna do?
I'm about to cut your mic. Tony,
You want me to turn it off? I'm
No.
about to turn my
I
own
don't,
No,
mic
I
off.
Bob.
I don't think we have a switch.
you got your word
God damn
count.
it, you see how they doing
Nah,
me?
you got your word count in
I'm
front
the
of
host. What's
Oh,
up? I'm doing the most.
to Tony.
I'm about to go on vacation.
I'm trying.
Go ahead, Tony. I'm done. Okay.
But no, I
Look,
think it's
look.
Jesus. Lord help me.
What is wrong with us today, man?
I don't know. I can't get the words out.
Go ahead. You got it.
But I think as far as what people need to understand is that you're not coming from a place of heart. Jesus.
Yeah.
I told you I can't get them out.
It's cool.
You're not coming from a place of hurt or trying to hurt anybody intentionally. You're
Right.
just sharing your experience. And some people just gotta respect each other's experience. I feel like that's just the issue. Just respect my experience. And if I tell you, like, yeah, I've been through some stuff, just respect that I've been through some stuff. So things we aren't going to agree on certain things, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And if people have their take, and I get it. Like, I'm in a lot of different circles and I can be however I need to be. But on this platform, this is a safe space. I can come in here and say what I want to say. I don't try to offend anybody.
Yeah.
I try to have fun. Like Alex said, life is tough for everybody. It's tougher than me. I wear this black skin. I'm a female and how dare me be educated. So
Mhm.
they give me a little bit of hard time.
Triple
I'm
jeopardy.
trying to stay together like everybody else. And my thing is, I don't have to justify my behavior. If you don't like me, that's fine. You have the right to do that. But I believe my work speaks for itself.
Mhm.
And so that's and I have fun.
You do.
Yeah. They call me niggas and they be meaning to kill me, to hang me up on trees. But we say it and we kick. We be like, this nigga.
As a form
right?
of endearment.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a problem. Ain't that crazy? That's how
All right.
society is. That's how backwards it is.
It's been real, guys.
It's been
and
real.
I got to get up out of here. And I just want to say, I really appreciate the both of you. And I enjoyed talking with you today.
I feel like I ain't had nothing to say today,
I know.
personally.
Yeah.
I
It was
really
tough.
do.
I just had one point. That was it. I just kind of
So you,
presented it in different
okay.
ways.
Well, but it's okay. I had my time of doing talking. And however, what doesn't come out in the wash, it comes out in the rinse.
True.
So the goal of it is that we had a conversation. Even though we kick it and we keep it real, our objective is to give some value. And you may not have nothing to say. That means you may have needed to listen.
Facts.
So when you watch this, and you need to start watching it, because if I find out you ain't
Why
watching
you got
it,
to point at her, mom? That's
'Cause I can.
disrespectful. You remember back in the day when people be pointing at you, be like, my mom ain't dead.
they used to say that.
Yeah, because that's what we said it meant back when you were pointing at somebody that mean that
Really?
their mom dead. Yeah.
Well, my mom is dead,
Mine is too.
True. Mine's still here.
and I hope yours don't be dead by the night. By the
Yeah,
time we hit the
no.
door.
Wow.
But you know what? Like, I'm not here to stay. I'm not trying to be morbid.
Yo, we were supposed to wrap it up, man.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up.
Get us out of here.
I'm tired of you trying to run stuff around here too.
You said it. You said let's get out of here, but then started a whole other conversation about death. That's
Yeah.
dark.
Hey, y'all, it's been really real. And I gotta say, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You don't listen to me. I'm not no mighty whatever. But the way I look at it, the mandate to take the vaccine, I think it's crazy. I think it takes our basic right to be human. It takes that away from us. And people are going to do what they're going to do. And it's personal. If you want to get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But you have the right to make that choice. It's your life to do what you want to do. And I think people should respect that. Just do what you want to do. Be who you are. That's what I say. Be who you are. You don't have to explain. You don't have to justify. And of course, with every choice comes a consequence. I think my prayer and the vibe that I want to release into the atmosphere is I hope there's enough of you that values yourself enough to be who you really are and walk in that being without fear. And that's all I got to say, all right? It's
Beautiful.
been real. I love
Wow.
y'all. Be blessed, right?
Ooh,